Hi everyone, Devi.Lunaa here. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so excited the spring is finally here and I have really nice, easy DIY spring decor. I'm actually going to make two parts. So this is part one where I'm going to show mostly floral arrangements using artificial flowers. So this would be perfect for people who love flowers but they're allergic to it, or for people who just want an arrangement that will last longer. And part two will be more of different type of decors, especially things that you can hang outside your door or in your backyard or basically anywhere. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and then you'll get alerts every time I post new videos, and then you'll get an alert when part two is uploaded. That being said, let's get started.
I'm going to take a simple vase and add a cute bow. First, I'm starting off adding some marble. This will keep the flowers from moving around. And since I'm using a tall vase, I'm going to use tall flowers. So I've added some cherry blossoms, some lilies of different colors. But you can use anything as long as it's a little bit taller, so it gives it some height. I'm going to use a double-sided tape and add 2 rows at the center of the vase. This will prevent the decorated mesh from moving around. If you decide to use glue, that's fine. And if you don't have a decorated mesh, I would suggest using a really thick ribbon, because that will give it more volume. And then you just tie your bow, and there you go. I added some water to make it look a little bit more realistic and make the flowers look a little bit more real. Next, we're going to use a bucket and fill it with tons and tons of flowers. The Dollar Tree has 2 types of buckets, this oval long one and this small round one, which I'm going to use for the third project. I would highly recommend using this floral block because this will keep the flowers in place. I made this decor in my DIY Valentine's Day video. I did not add the floral block, so since I have it outside, the flowers and the leaves are blown away by the wind, and even if you keep it inside they might fall over, so I highly recommend that floral block, which I got from the Dollar Tree. It comes in a pack of 4. Be sure to use hot glue to glue the block to the bucket. I found this really cool lavender at the Dollar Tree. Doesn't it look real? I had to get at least 3 of these. Now with this project you want it to look voluminous and big, so I would suggest buying like cosmos or any big flowers. I decided to use shades of pink, purple, and white, and also wanted to have some flowers drooping on this. Now I didn't realize this until a few days later, that it's too lightweight, so you need something to weigh it down. I'm using some marbles here. I ended up using like 3 packs of these, and just to make it look more realistic, I would suggest buying some moss sheet, which I got from the Dollar Tree. Cut it up in a few pieces and then use hot glue to glue it down. And you're gonna need to glue it as closely as possible to the bucket. To make sure you do this step once you're done arranging the flowers how you want it to look like, because then you can't move it anymore. And it takes some time and it's a bit difficult, but at the end it's worth it because it ends up looking really beautiful. The last project is a bucket filled with flowers and butterflies. Now just to make it easier, you might need to bend the stems a little bit like I did here so you can position them better. And it looks easy, but these 2 projects actually took me a couple hours because you have to really work around it and learn how to position the flowers and the leaves properly. So I would just recommend using 1 or 2 type of flowers for this project since it is a bit smaller. I had some lilies and added these white wildflowers. Again, you might need to add something heavy to weigh it down. I use marbles and cut up strips of moss.
I'm gluing the edge. I'm trying to get there as much as possible. And you can use whatever you have. I have this little roll left over from a mesh, so I'm pressing it down as much as possible
so it can glue to the other part of the moss. And I know you can probably see the other edges sticking out, so I'm gonna glue the edge there. But I did want to show you guys how to do it. Make sure you glue the edges of the little moss sheet and try to press it as closely as possible to the bucket, so then the marbles don't fall out. So I bought this set of butterflies from the Dollar Tree. They come in really cute colors. We got some with glitter too, but these ones look more real, for at least my opinion. So it comes with a little wire. I don't know if you can see it. And so I would recommend like some area where it's mostly leaf, where it doesn't have a lot of floral, like right here, just to add some pop of color. And so I don't know if you can see it, but I poked the hole here. And now to go in, bend it a little bit, poke another hole inside the butterfly. Be very careful because these are very fragile. And then there you go. There's a butterfly. I would probably move it a little bit over, but I did want to get a close-up so you guys can see the wire. The butterflies look a bit realistic, don't you think?
And that's a wrap, everyone. So I never really had a favorite season until this year. I started thinking about it and I'm like, I think spring is actually my favorite season. What about you guys? What is your favorite season? Make sure you comment down below. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next time.